So let me go get a drink real quick. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's the Consortium Interregnum. Welcome back, everybody.
Wow.
Wow.
You guys all excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hype. It's hype.
Have you leveled up your characters?
I think so.
Good, because that was supposed to be done 2 sessions ago. Not calling anybody out.
I was going to do it, and then my computer blew up, so I could not do it. Unironically.
Hmm. Well, the good news is that it's mostly been lore dump, so you haven't missed out on anything. Do you guys remember the missions you were given? You were given 4.
Yeah, one was to get these other guys to drop out of the race in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
One was to help Bubbles with kidnapping some people,
Yep.
and I have forgotten the other 2 completely.
Anybody else remember any of them?
The rich folks, they're asking us for cred.
Well, technically, the union's asking you to relocate the aristocrats, so that way they don't have to kill them.
Yeah.
It's basically what they're telling you.
And also embarrassing Nacralia's boyfriend in the race.
Yep.
Along with the war crimes you're about to commit by kidnapping these ambassadors.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything which one sparks your guys' interest? You would know, in the short run, none of these are things that you'd have to get done absolutely today. The one with the biggest quote-unquote time limits on it are probably the kidnapping and the the relocating the aristocrats, because both of those have there's not like you have to get it done today kind of thing, but if you ignore them, it may make the problem worse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Like, all
again, no.
Feel urgent, and
Lunu, is like, okay, here's what I think we should split the responsibilities here. I'm the only one who can get into the race. As much as I'd like to help the aristocrats, I got to take care of the race thing since I'm the only one who can really enter.
I will say about the race, you just have to beat them once. There are multiple races, which is why it's not one of the more timed things. The biggest thing, though, is that you don't have a mount.
I'm going to go get a mount.
Don't forget, I was also offering to potentially contact my god to help you find a particularly noble creature to use as your mount.
All right. Then how about this? George, we split the party here.
What?
Boy.
George, I know this is usually not a great idea, but we got a lot to do, especially in a very short amount of time to do it.
Well, I mean, isn't this race like the least pressing thing we have to worry about right now?
It's something I want to get over with.
and not your currently politically betrothed being potentially murdered in the middle of her game.
Well, they're back outside of the country at this point. They've gone back to school.
Yeah.
So
It'd be pretty fucked up if his
it's
grandma
his
died.
betrothed mother-in-law that would be murdered.
Yeah.
Yes. That's still. Yeah. I think just from a party standpoint, because I'm fine helping you. I'm just saying,
I'm going to be honest. Lunu did not want to be in this situation to begin with. Lunu gives a doesn't give a shit about these nobles. I think the fucking labor union should take over. But
I mean, there is the option that you could just send a note to the union being like, "Yeah, man, they're not under our protection. Do whatever you want," and you wouldn't need to do anything.
Yeah,
that is,
but then the consequence of that is we lose all the other noble support, which we technically need.
The question is how much noble support do you really have?
I will also say, if you betray them, you could steal their ring of protection.
We have government support, but we don't have rich venture capitalist support.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the people who actually run shit and do the shit, we have the support of. The people who fund it, unfortunately, less so.
And also, we kind of promised to, like, keep these guys in a not awful position.
The union or the noble? We did promise to not...
one family.
We did promise that.
So...
My suggestion... if you have one, Tasura, go ahead. Say it. I don't mean to interrupt.
Like, my main thing is that we can split the party if we want to, like, split responsibilities, because we should play to each other's strengths, right? I don't think that I'm going to be the best at sneaking into an embassy and, like, picking up a dude in the dark of the night. I think I'm here to, like, make noise and get out, like, make noise, fuck shit up, and leave. But I'm not gonna be
stealthy about it. That is why I think George is a good combo with you, because George can talk and George can sneak.
Yeah, George can sneak, and I can place things where I can nab things that don't belong to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I am not the best speaker. Blair is a decent speaker, but Blair also has...
What? What's wrong with me? Yes? Please, explain. What's wrong with me?
You're a hothead. You're irrational.
Yeah, you're
irrational. I'm very
irrational. Anger.
I consider myself very pragmatic.
Pragmatic to a fault. No morals.
Loose morals.
You check off, well, you're definitely not homeless.
I don't have no morals. I'm just what you would call opportunistic.
No risk.
Openly opportunistic to everybody.
Well, yes, but it's done wonders for us so far.
Yeah, sure.
One of our greatest assets just betrayed us. Anyway.
One of our other greatest assets just got his report card back.
Honestly, I hated Squilliam. Look, I'm going to kill Squilliam. He's already trying to mess with me.
I'm telling you, he is not lost to us. I can feel it.
I'm putting faith in you on that one. I'm giving you the one chance.
If he still doesn't want to help us, he's walking the plank.
Yeah.
Right now, he is dead to me. If he makes
me and Georgie are gonna stomp him into the ground.
Yeah.
If he truly can't be reasoned with, then...
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining the fucking...
This is a conversation we have had.
I'm sorry, the JoJo Part 5 meme was just like George and Cinna just fucking curb stomping.
Lunu sipping their tea in the background and then joining in. No, Lunu says, I think George...
Like, I keep saying I'm a pirate, but honestly, I don't think anyone takes me seriously.
George, you were a pirate before any one of us. Before Charlemagne was even born.
Hey, is that Dracula Mountain still a thing?
The what? No, okay. So... Here's the deal. You're good at talking and sneaking. Cinna, you're good at being the biggest distraction on this goddamn planet, and that's why you two work together.
Wait, who? Me?
No, Cinna and George.
Oh yes.
They have good synergy due to one being the distraction and one being the sneak.
They have good
And-
synergy.
Yes. And Blair, I need your sea god bullshit in order to find me a good mount.
Well, you've come to the right place. Because I needed to have a talk with him anyway, so this is perfect.
Alright. So I think what we should do about the nobles, at least.
Can we ask the count if he has any vacant property in the first place?
That
Because, like, they need a place to stay.
that is true. And if there isn't any here, then my biggest suggestion, after Blair and I try to find whatever's going on with the sea thing, I will use my own abilities to build a fucking house out of stone, if need be. If we have like a few weeks on that situation, Tom, I will literally fucking use mold earth, construct several houses if need be.
So you would know, like, especially if you're working on it, they're not going to make a move that would hurt you especially if you guys are like, this is the strategy. It's like literally only if you completely ignored it would it be an issue. Like, you could do it last and it probably wouldn't blow up into an issue, but if you did it last and then said, oh well, we're not going to even focus on it at all, then it might. So if you were like, oh, I'm going to be working on this as a strategy, then that is something you can do.
That's something I wanted to do as a strategy.
Mm-hmm. So first, before we go into mission dumping, I told you guys before the session that it's Basil's report card. Yay!
Yay!
So Basil would like to show you off his cool new stuff. The first thing that he does, he asks you all to like come into like the living room area, and he's set up his own little like table out of like a couple of boxes for him to be able to show off all the cool new stuff that he's learned. And the first thing that he does is a little bit unsettling. He is like, I saw that weird guy with the wings and the eyes do this, and I figured out how to do it. And he copies the Inquisitor's Shadow Blade and pulls a triton out of nothing.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wait, that's so cool. Can you like link the spell in chat?
He then, it's all on his sheet. He then stabs the box and it doesn't do anything.
Oh?
Can poke me with it.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
I would say that he would have advantage because you're letting him do it.
Yeah, I let it happen.
Yeah. It does 21 psychic damage and then 4 fire damage.
Wait, it's wild.
Ooh.
It's like, that's some actual damage right there.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, we'll say you guys will have a long rest after this, so you don't need to worry about recording.
Target practice will not actually.
Yeah. But how much health do you actually have at this point?
I after the attack or like base.
Yeah, base.
111.
Yeah, so it's a little bit less than a fifth of your HP with one attack.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And he then shows off the fact that Blair, you've translated some spells out of Squilliam's spell book. And I went through all of the spells that he knew, and basically all of the ones that he had spell levels for and that were on his spell list, I just added to his sheet.
Oh.
They include detect magic, disguise self, sleep, ray of enfeeblement, sending, and clairvoyance.
What does sending do?
Sending is a level 3 spell. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature that you are familiar. The creature hears the message in the mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer immediately. The spell enables the creature with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of the message. You can send the message across any distance, even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane of you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
That's pretty useful, actually.
So yeah, it's basically the sending stone, but he just needs to know who you are in order to send it to you. And like technically, this would like because it's like an intelligence of like 1, like he could theoretically like if like one of you guys had a familiar off in the distance, he could send something to the familiar, as you know, just hypothetically. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a smart person, which is why it's and the big thing is also is that if someone gets like trapped in the Fey realm, he can send messages using that to the Fey realm.
Right. Yeah. No. That's.
Which is pretty powerful, actually, all things considered.
No, it's very nice. That's yeah. That's gonna be really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Besides that,
yeah.
He picked up a couple of other spells. That are on his sheet. He's got Healing Word, Hypnotic Pattern. He's picked up Mage Hand. He's got Mage Hand now.
Ooh.
He's got a little bit more health. Besides that, though, pretty much everything else is the same. So definitely an improvement.
Is Misty Step new?
Oh no, he's always had Misty Step.
Ah. Interesting. Well, I should have. Yeah, no, that would have been a lot weird. I did not realize he had it, or I forgot. It's been a very long time. So, but that would be nice to have. Oh, dude, that combo with the invisibility is actually crazy.
Yep.
You can just like teleport around. Speaking of going invisible, does Basil have the exploding boomerangs?
Not yet. No exploding boomerangs.
Okay. Well, in that case, I Blair would definitely, be like, Basil, you're doing such a great job. Seriously, my teachers keep telling me how well you're doing in classes and keeping up with your schoolwork and grades. You've been doing a great job. And you've taken, you've learned these new spells so well, too. It's just
he looks happy. He enjoys being praised.
Fantastic. I'm just, like, beaming. Completely beaming with pride and happiness. And my boy is doing well.
So, next up, who's up first?
Give me 1 second. I just have to save my food for my friend.
I guess. George and Cinna, if you could contact the Count and find out if we have the land for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
We could also use the excuse with them that our big showdown will probably be in could potentially be in their where the nobles, in their town. So this is probably, we could have them come here for safety reasons, and then have them stay here after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like make that excuse. We want to relocate them so that they're safer. There's
Yeah.
more opportunities down in Ormos. You have like a whole untamed wilderness that you can cultivate and like even get more power than you did as like a branch family of the Wheats or whatever. So yeah,
Untapped
why not?
farmland that, you know, there's gotta be way more farmland here. Yeah, there's dinosaurs, but, you know. God, I wish these nobles were dead. I would rather them be dead. But
Necessary evil.
For right now.
Also, we can steal from these bastards later.
You did rob them.
Steal more from them later.
All right. So the two of you guys go and meet with Count Strix.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do it.
All right. And then while this is going on, the other two of you are going to be going looking for an animal, correct? Connor?
correct.
Okay. All right. So, you all go inside the big manor house. You guys are generally staying in a guest house that's kind of out back. So you go inside the big house, and you have to wait a little bit, but nothing too long before you're brought into Strix's office. He's sitting down going over some documents, and he says, two of my favorite people. Please take a seat. And you guys are able to pull up some chairs and sit down, and he says, so what can I do for you guys? It's pretty rare that I get a visit from you.
All right, yeah. So we're here because we wanted to ask a couple questions about the domain, like the area of Ormos.
He says, of course. What do you want to know?
Particularly, how populated are the noble villas right now? Or like how populated are like the different like territories?
He says, well, most of the prime real estate's taken, but if you can chop down, the segment of the jungle and keep, creatures out, we have, some people who are willing to really invest, and then, they can become a local baron themselves. Are you guys interested in doing that? I'll be honest, it's a lot of work.
We need some lumberjacks. Do we know any lumberjacks?
He said,
I can swing an axe.
what's brought this on though? If you guys can get bubbles in the throne, your level of authority will be a lot more than just a simple barony.
Well, here's the thing. We have some acquaintances, some people that we've made some promises to down in Nevermire. Wait, what is the area?
Yeah, Nevermire.
Yeah, down in Nevermire, who, with things riling up a little bit, we want to.
He says,
give them a bit
I'm
local
familiar with
protected-
the political marriage. This is with the Wheat family?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
He says, give me a little bit more information. What's going on?
All right, so there's like a lot of things in play right now. Like we're targets of the big scary guy who's like a psycho going around doing whatever, and they're at least tangentially attached to us, so like they might be targets as well. And also, you know how the situation down in Nevermire kind of like ended with the Union being more of a force, and how they're kind of like taking more territory as time goes on. So we're just trying to cover our bases and make sure that they have a nice place to stay.
And you're evacuating them?
That would be correct. Yeah.
He thinks for a moment, and then he pulls up the map of Ormos, a terribly drawn, very crude map that I used and showed you guys at the beginning. So he said he pulls up this map, and he says, "Well, so as you can see, all along the coastline here, we've got many settlements." And things are generally pretty prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
But even once you go just a little bit into the jungle, there's basically nothing. So all of like the really good areas have already been taken. So it kind of depends on how much you're willing to invest. If you just want to have them just be guests here, I can put them up in my guest house. But it sounds like they're basically going to be losing their title. And, we'll be able to like keep them from, being executed. But if I just put them up in a house out back, people will probably think that you're pulling out on them. Mm-hmm. We could find some place to kind of slide them in. And that will probably, that's a better option. Like give them just like a barony somewhere nearby, but it'd be a pretty direct downgrade. That everybody would know that at the end of the day, you sided significantly with the Union and you just gave the guy peanuts, basically. But at least you gave him something, you're mm-hmm. trying to hold up your promise. Mm-hmm. He says,
okay, quick question. What's over here?
That the peninsula is where the city's on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. The little dragon thing is meant to represent the octopus tentacle that comes out.
All right. I thought it would be a nice little area to put them in if we killed a sea monster. That would be pretty nice. No,
so there are farms out there already, but it's not a sea monster. It's basically like there's like a road that goes from the tip into the city, and there is farms out there because the city is more focused on the river, but it's functionally a part of the city, and all of that area is owned. So if you were to try and force them in, you'd have to take it from someone else.
Guys, I have an idea. Lunu is not there, so Lunu cannot give it to you, but Connar the player will give this to you.
Could send me a text message.
I was just gonna say, Tito, we could get Tito to help us clear land.
That is true.
Yeah.
I could ask a question also. Yeah. I know I'm not there. Weren't we also going to try to see if we could get them someplace in the city? Like the main city?
Yeah. Oh, so no. The count has basically said, I've got an open house for them out back. You can put them in there, but that would basically be them becoming unlanded.
I meant like an actual place in the city, like an actual
like in the core
manor, estate, castle thing.
Yes. So those wouldn't really be in like the city; they'd be outside of the city. And it would, and so the second part of what he's saying is that you could do it somewhere along the coast, but it would be a direct downgrade. Everybody would know that they're giving up a lot for basically nothing. But he does have a third option that he's not yet gotten to.
I meant in the octopus.
Oh, that. So that is currently mostly owned by people of the council. Like the council members all kind of divide up the center core. So like you could like buy a place, but it would be them becoming unlanded.
It would still count as that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because there wouldn't be any like titles of nobility that they would get for losing it, and they would lose the barony that they'd be giving up.
Okay.
But so here's the third option, and he says, all right, so the third option is probably the one that would require the most amount of work out of you guys. He says, and he points to this island at the bottom of the map here, and he says that island has been of a lot of keen interest to us for a long time, because it's mostly isolated from everything else. And if you could clear it, you wouldn't need to necessarily worry about things being, coming out and attacking right away. And it's seen as an area that we've wanted to send people out to for a long time. For the most part, though, all of our previous attempts at sending colonists out there have failed. However, recently, explorers that have, we send explorers up and down the rivers, and then there's valuable things to be gained out of the jungle that some people will go out and get. And we've been having reports that there is actually an unofficial settlement that has been installed out there and appears to be functioning quite well. The people have been trying to go up to it. They've not been allowed in. They appear to not want any outside interference. But they've been at least willing to like trade for supplies and that kind of stuff. And if someone was in trouble, they've given out medicine and that kind of stuff. So we don't really know very much about the settlement. It's technically underneath my domain, and it doesn't currently have a barony in front of it. So if you go there and you convince whoever these people are to have the Wheat family take over as the barons of the area, and you could negotiate with them, give them, self-rule and all that other kind of stuff. That would probably be seen as a far more prestigious type of holding, a holding that will eventually get civilization out there. That's no one is denying that as a possibility. It's just a matter of when. That would be the most prime real estate. So your options are, you let the Union take them. You let the Union take the barony, but you leave them unlanded, and we'll make sure that they don't starve. You give them a small barony, and I can very easily, with a stroke of the pen, get that taken care of along the coast. We'd probably have some local pushback, but once everybody knows that you guys were doing it, it'd probably go over okay. But outside, it would be looked at as a downgrade. Or you guys can take the trip out to the settlement, see what's going on, and possibly set up them as the barons there.
I think that's our best option.
The last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like
he says it will take quite a bit to
autonomy.
travel out there, though. He says so. If that's really what you want to do, make sure that you've got everything set up for it.
We know a guy that can help us clear land and whatnot.
He says, well, you'll also want to make sure that you have a jungle guide to help you get out there.
Oh, yeah, jungle guide.
Oh, yes. Rio. Our beloved.
That dragon lady, or what lady dragonborn?
No, it's just every time she attacked her, it did different types of damage.
The totally not a Balrog lady.
Huh?
The totally not a Balrog lady.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I did have her symbol be a Balrog for a while.
Good.
Should probably get a more normal token for her. But yeah, so that's the information he gives you. he says that it'd probably be a couple weeks trip to go up there and back. So you'll want to make sure that all of your affairs are in order before you leave, if that's what you're going to do. If you end up thinking that you don't have enough time for it, just let me know, and I'll keep a lookout to see if there's any plots of land. We can try and see if we can get them the best one, so that way you guys won't have to do it. But at the same point, if you can get that town to start paying taxes, that benefits me more than anything.
Yeah, and that benefits us because you pay her paycheck.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Out of character, I feel like this should be, since it's going to take so long, I don't think we can wait on the war crime stuff yet, or a war might break out. But doing this second, I'm totally fine doing. I think that's fine, because I think the other one was going to take a lot less time, from what it sounded like. Kidnapping those ambassadors.
Your point of contact with that one was Fern. He's the one that was going to give you more information.
I guess that's true. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, first, let's pan over to Blair. How are you going to contact your patron?
That's a great question. Sorry, you caught me in the middle of a bite when you asked me that question. Didn't we say I had multiple ways to contact him besides sleeping, or am I insane? I thought there was I'd gain a new way at some point, but I don't remember.
Yes, you can contact him while awake by rolling a check, but it's how do you want to flavor it.
I see.
There's also no guarantee that he'll respond. So.
Okay. So I think what I will do is I'll try to get into like a Zen state. I'll like do like a meditation kind of thing. Like crisscross applesauce and try to like focus in and remember the Fathom Play Skies and see if I can like transport my mind and consciousness there to speak with Nimbicius.
Luna, while this is going on, what do you do?
I guess be supportive if this is like gonna take like some sort of arcana or whatever kind of check.
If only I had some.
Are you going to join in the meditation?
Oh,
I cast guidance on them, and
you
then
want to
join
me?
in.
Oh
if
shit!
If it helps your whale get us the whale, then yes, I will join in.
All right. Roll me a religion check with advantage.
You got
and
that
then,
for
my amazing negative.
And then Lunu, roll me a normal Arcana check.
All right.
Oh, thank God, the advantage.
Well, also roll that guidance.
Oh yeah, the guidance. Pew pew. D4.
20, nice.
Yep, Lunu.
All right.
Not really sure how this kind of magic works.
Yeah. So Blair, you're able to make the connection, and you awake, and you see your deity.
So, do I also notice any new creatures here as well? Since I think
right now you just see him. If you could give me the description of what he looks like, I feel like you'll do a better job describing it than I would.
Yes. So he's kind of like, you imagine like the windfish from Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and if not, I can just send a picture.
Big whale.
It's like it's kind of like this fucker. Actually, there's another one that's a lot closer. It's technically like this is what he looks like normally, but like, hold on.
Why do I always
But
imagine this guy looking
there's
like...
also like a blue version, which is way closer to what I had in my head. That's I think it's a random piece of concept art or some shit. So imagine it's more like the second one, but like also like glowing with like a heavenly aura. It's like this massive whale with these like two like heavenly like angel wings on it.
I like to imagine that he kind of like as he's moving around, he's like resting on like clouds and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
And he turns down to you and says, "It's good to see you face to face again. It's been a while since I've had this much strength."
Yes, it's been quite some time since I've seen you, and I just wanted to thank you again for your help with summoning your faithful to help us during the battle against the undersea cultists. Thank you so much for that. You your help helped us save countless lives that day.
Mm-hmm. He says, "No, it was you and your friends. I merely gave you the tools."
Well, thank you, but
Um,
I
he
think
says, "I have a feeling you've come to ask for further tools today as well."
yes, we need. If you have a follower who would be especially good, like especially swift in the deep sea, and able to navigate the dangerous currents as effectively as possible, that is who we need in order to help
Mhm.
our cause.
He says, "I will teach you a ritual that you could use on your friends that are interested. Once you do this ritual, it will uh, offer some prophecy of where you may find such a creature. I cannot promise that they'll necessarily be a follower of mine, so they may take some convincing.
Okay.
But I can definitely point you in the right direction.
Okay.
For all the creatures of the sea are at least in some way connected.
Okay. Thank you, great Aquatect. Also, I I wanted to talk to you about something else as well.
He says, "Yes, I sense you have many burning questions."
Yes. So we recently met one of the, I guess, most learned scholars of Aethervathy in terms of the religious ways, and I just wanted to, I guess, ask, do you remember how the fathom flooded skies were formed?
He says, "The fathom flooded skies and I were both created long ago. I do not know its creator, but it was not me. I have merely been a shepherd and a guardian of the place for as long as I can remember."
Okay. Because it seems like, or at least from what he was hypothesizing, is that it is true that you would very likely be the most pure version of God of the Sea in a way, because it's possible that you had many creators that all put the piece of themselves into you, like previous deities of the sea, before the Great War broke out between the old gods.
He says, "I do not know the old gods, but them pooling their power that led to my birth does make sense. It is something that I have long since considered when I ponder my own creation.
Yes, and I'm trying to think of exactly how to say this.
I'll say it wrong out of character, and we can figure it out.
Oh no, yeah, I'm saying. Oh yeah, no, I'm saying this out of character.
Yeah.
I think I would say this. I think it's like. I think I have it. I think I know how I want to like follow it up. And it's like. Okay, now I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say, well, honestly, I'm still like, even though like upon learning all this knowledge, it's interesting because it's honestly, I'm still so thankful for everything you do for me, and also and how you originally saved my life, and I was at a really low point. And because otherwise I would have never been able to, meet the people I've met, make the friends I've made, and the son I've adopted. It's completely changed my outlook in a lot of different ways, and I can't tell you how thankful I am to you for giving me another chance to really like do something with my life and do something to help the world around me. And honestly, upon hearing like about like this potential stories about how you came to be, it honestly makes me want to spread your word even more, because I really feel like you're a benevolent, great entity that deserves to be worshipped and, given the credit you're due for all you're doing for those who have somehow found themselves this far down and this far deep. So, thank you again, Great Aquatect. It's an honor to serve you.
He says, your gratitude is most appreciative, and your faith gives me strength. One day I'll be yet again at my full power, and until that point, you going out on my behalf will keep the seas stable, he says.
I'll do my best to ensure that the balance of nature and the seas continues as much as I can.
He touches a fin out to your forehead, and your head is filled with the knowledge on how to do the ritual that he made earlier. And he says, I must go now. Use this ritual when you need to connect someone to the sea, he says. And you awake. Lunu's kind of like snoring a little bit.
Hey,
And,
you wake up, scream, and I wake up. Ah! Oof. Hey, did you do your thing? I was kind of trying to take care of something.
Sleeping?
Well, yeah, that's how you communicate with the dream world.
Dream.
I mean, I guess it's true. But good news and bad news. Which you want to hear first?
Just lay the bad news on me.
Okay, so the bad news is he didn't just he unfortunately did not just flat out distill a mount on us. The good news is that he gave me he told me the secrets of a ritual to help us find one.
Alright.
And if
I feel like Lunu's like, sure he did.
I'm sure you did, yeah.
So out of character, what the fuck is this ritual? Is it just
yes. So the ritual is what you do is you get like a large bowl It's very thin and very wide, and you fill it up with clear water. So when you look into it, it looks like a mirror. You will have to sing a song while a person plunges their head into the bowl, and then that's supposed to reveal something.
Hey, Basil, come over here.
You want Basil to do it first?
Okay. Okay, so this sounds like the biggest bullshit prank, April Fool's bullshit that Blair gonna possibly tell Lunu.
Yep.
But I'm gonna tell it to him anyways, just because I want to see his reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to put your I'm get a long bowl, right? A long thin bowl.
Yeah.
Fill it with water, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna sing a song while you dunk your face into the bowl, and it should show you. It will aspect you to the sea, and it should show you something that we're looking for, i.e., probably the god mount we need. The car horns.
Yep. I'm sorry about
Lunu
that.
buying a new car instead.
Yeah, Lunu's like, so
Oh,
you're
this
wanting to
ridiculous.
put my face in water like a dipshit.
Yes.
And I will get the vision.
Yes.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, roll insight.
24. Is Blair full
Well,
of
Blair
shit?
believes it. Blair believes this is 100% true.
Using the 18 on myself, will Lunu let this...
I mean, you might humor them, even if you personally don't believe. You know that they believe it.
Lunu's like, sure, yeah, let's take a look.
I liked the idea of you just refusing to do it.
And
And then you guys just go and get like a seahorse or something.
I feel like Blair, upon saying it out loud, would start to realize how bullshit it sounds. Even
Yeah.
though she trusts Nimbysius completely, but she realizes how stupid this sounds when she says it out loud.
Yeah, Lunu's like, you do know how stupid this sounds, alright?
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I get your concerns. However, I'm sure it will work.
All right. So you guys go into the market, and you find a bowl. It's one shiny.
Alright, I shall pay the shiny.
There's a guy there. He's like, he fills it up with water for you too. He's like, oh yeah, you guys can do whatever you need. The water's on the house. A lot of it everywhere, he says.
Yeah.
Do you have prestidigitation?
Blair Audina?
Yeah.
My heart wants to say no because I'm 99%. I do not have this spell, no.
Luna, do you have it?
No, I have shape water if you need water.
Oh no, you have water, but it needs to be really pure.
Oh. I have
Um,
create and control water or whatever.
Oh, that will work. You could create pure water. There's a bunch of free water, but it's all kind of like just the water that's like around.
I have a spell that can clean water. But
Well, I have control air and water. Do I have create water? Am I insane?
You can cast wall of water, and then
Can I
just
cast-
fill it up with that.
Can I sing my song of purification at the water to purify it?
Nope.
yeah, I have create destroy water as well.
All
I
right.
also have purify food and drink. Whichever.
Oh,
you
that
think.
would also work if that's a lower spell slot.
They're the same spell slot.
Oh, okay. Well, you use one of those spell slots
Okay.
to create the purified water. Again, like now I'm casting spells on this thing. Is this really gonna work?
Mm-hmm.
And you look down, you kind of see your reflection in the water. Blair, you would know the next step is for you to sing a song and have him put his face in.
Who is this girl
Yeah.
I see?
And then I will sing. Yes, I will sing one of the songs I've learned from the Fathom Floated Skies and my visions down there.
The one from
And I'm gonna roll my performance.
Yep,
We'll
oh, pretty good.
Okay.
Not your best performance, but definitely not amateurish. So Lunu, do you put your face in the water?
Yeah.
All right,
Can I sing the song real quick? Just for the meme.
sure.
Luna's going to deafen, so that way it replicates what it's like to not be able to hear you through the water.
What if you need to hear that? Maybe that's why we need the thin bowl. So your ears would really
all
hear
right, okay. You
Yeah.
start singing, and I'll back you up. Don't worry.
me. All right. You are the ocean waves destined to sea, like beyond the shore, just out of breeze.
Goes back in.
I can't wait for the Fire Emblem path where Corrin drowns in 5 inches of water.
So Blair, while you're doing this, you start to have a vision, a location nearby, out in the ocean floor. Knowledge fills your head about some of the nearby locations and how to get there, and you snap to. You get the feeling that there's a creature out there that fulfills the requirements you're looking for, would bond really well with Lunu. And you also get the feeling that this creature is almost like not necessarily like in trouble to the point like it's like you need to rush over to its side now, but you definitely get the feeling like it's stressed, like it's not in a good environment. And you snap to. Lunu, your face is wet.
I spit the water in Blair's face.
No, good news. I have good news and bad news, Lunu. Which one do you want to hear first?
I throw the bowl of water at them.
I roll acrobatics to dodge the bowl.
No,
yeah,
I'm not throwing the bowl. I'm just throwing all the water in the bowl.
Oh no! Please throw the bowl. Please throw the bowl. It's
No,
so
yeah. No, I'll just say you just get doused. There's not really much you can do about dodging a bowl of thrown water.
Yeah.
I mostly wanted to roll it, hoping
This is the equivalent of someone throwing their drink in your face, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
no. I'm just saying I want to roll acrobatics on the hope I would miss, so that I would get hit by the ball. But anyway.
You know what? Roll acrobatics. Sure. Go ahead.
That's fine. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dodged the bowl, only
not
to be
the water.
hit by all the water.
So I do have one question for you guys. Lunu is the only one in your party that can do it, but I did mention that there were 2 others. Do you want to go and try and take the bowl to them too?
Oh, wait. What do you mean? Two other who? What do you mean?
Kalamazoo and Shamgar.
Oh! Holy shit! Yeah.
Whether or
Sure,
not they're
why not?
interested is a whole nother thing.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I'll take it to Kalamazoo. The other person, I trust Kalamazoo's.
We did
Actually,
keep that
you know
guy out
what?
of a lot
No,
of
you
hard
know
money.
what? No, I wouldn't do this to Kalamazoo.
Because you
I-
think it's rank.
Yeah, because I think your magic is full of bullshit. And
No. It definitely worked. So I was going to tell you the good news and the bad news. The good news is, well, the bad news is I was slightly wrong on my theory. It wasn't going to give you a vision, but it gave me a vision of where we can find a mount near the ocean floor that will A, bond well with you, and B, fill the requirements of a super fast great mount for this kind of
I use
event.
shape water to refill the bowl and douse Blair again.
Oh.
And we got to wherever this fucking animal is.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, so it's outside of Ormos, so you guys probably have to take a submarine. So you might want to hook up with your other two party members to go out there. Number one, George is your main ship guy, and number two, you don't know what's out there. So, did you guys have any plans on meeting up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
Where were
to.
you guys gonna meet up?
the submarine station to Ormos is. I think we can just take care of this.
Well,
one.
you could text them to meet you there, or you can
That's
meet
what I
up
mean,
somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to
Yeah.
imagine the second splash in the face leads to a screen transition where we meet up again.
Yeah. All right. So you guys text them. Do you guys fill each other in on all of the plans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys go out into the open ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You take one of those little submarines you've taken in the past. You've never really taken one outside of Ormos directly, I don't think. Maybe you took one once. Oh yeah, I think the military picked you up once. It's like a very narrow cave system that brings you out into the open ocean. And Austin, if you could give me a the sea vehicles roll to navigate.
Oh no.
But I'm
I
actually
cast guidance.
I'm actually gonna have you roll with disadvantage because you need to understand the vague parts of the vision in order to navigate there. So it's a lot more difficult than a normal.
I'm also going to bolster him then.
Nice.
Alright, so is it just a normal roll or?
You would still roll with disadvantage, but you get a D3 and a D4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
And I have.
I know.
Oh. Hell yeah,
yeah.
bro.
Yep. You're like he like mentioned something about like a weird looking rock, and you're like, oh, I know exactly where that is, and you spin around.
Weird looking rock. I'm aware of that. I ran by that when I was doing my shippings.
Yep. So you know exactly where you're going.
Well, you guys
and-
looking at me like I'm not an idiot.
And you come to a small town on the seafloor. It's one of the domed towns. Blair, it reminds you a little bit of your hometown. You know that this is the general location of where this sea creature is. But you're not really 100% sure exactly where. There are some caves nearby. You can go look through the caves. You can go into the town. You could try and convince Lunu to do the ritual again and see if you can get something closer. What do you want to do? Something else?
Since I've shown that my vision was taking us someplace correctly, Yeah, let's do it again so I can figure out, get a little bit, I guess, even closer to where we're at.
I comply, but afterwards I do throw more water in Blair's face.
This is by a small price to pay.
All right. So you get another vision. This one, you see one of the caves nearby. You get a strong pull towards that particular cave.
Over there, in this direction, there'll be a specific cave. It looks like this. It has like pink stalactites bordering it. That's where we'll find our undersea mount.
All right. Is there any stuff you guys want to do before you go inside the cave? Austin, you're fairly certain you can navigate the cave without any issue.
Yeah, I can never get the K. I was just hoping to do one thing.
Can I cast? Can I cast haste on Cinna?
How long does that last for?
That's a great question. It lasts for up to 1 minute.
All right. How long can I hold my breath for?
You can do it, I think, for like, because it's based off your con modifier, so you can probably do it a lot. Holding breath. Holding. What's your con modifier?
+4.
So you could hold your breath easily for 5 minutes. And then once the 5 minutes is up, you run out of breath, or if you're choking, you can survive for a number of rounds equal to your con modifier. So that means 5 minutes and 24 seconds before you die.
All right.
That's like 500 rounds of combat.
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
That means he's practically invisible. Invisible? Invincible.
Invincible.
Well, as long as you occasionally broke for air.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like get like a little baggie, fill it with like air, and then just like hold it on me?
I don't think a little baggie would work, unfortunately.
I have water breathing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could cast a spell, or you go and try and pick something up in the town.
Yeah, I cast water breathing on pretty much really just me and Cinna.
I think us other two are immune to drowning, right?
Yep.
Should I just like get a cap of water breathing to like hold on to?
I mean, you
Probably.
could, but
It's a little late now.
Yeah.
For later.
Yeah. You can breathe underwater for 24 hours. Congrats.
Okay, cool.
That's significantly better.
And I don't need to breathe.
And I don't need to breathe.
So you begin to navigate the cave network. Austin, if I can get you to roll me an investigation check.
Alrighty, it's Zilcho. Still at the. Does anyone want to cast guidance on me?
Oh, you've got it from last time.
Okay. I'm gonna add that D4, and then the D3.
Mhm.
I'm actually gonna put in the same roll. 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So as you're moving through here, you are navigating the tunnels, and you realize that you do not think that these tunnels are uninhabited. There is something in here with you, whether it's an enemy or a friend. It's hard to tell, but as you look around with your investigation, you think you could flush it out if you wanted to.
You said flush it out?
Yeah, like you could maneuver yourself. It's watching you basically, so you could like turn sharply, try and corner it, and let it know that you know that it's there, and whatever it is, it will come out, for better or worse. You could also try and pretend that you don't notice it and continue going. You could do pretty much anything. You could try and attack it before it even sees you.
Yeah, so Austin, what do you want to do?
So I see this giant thing.
Mm.
So I see this giant thing. It's resting, but
Well, you can't see it specifically, and you're pretty sure it's like tracking you. Because
Like
you
following
rolled
you.
high enough that you're like, oh yeah, this thing's probably been following you guys for a little bit as you've been moving through the cave network.
should we keep still before attack?
Well, we're not here. Well, I mean, we're not here to like necessarily attack anything. We should probably see what it is to begin with.
George would rather know his enemy before facing it head on. So George will sneak around this guy, I guess.
Flush him out.
All right. Roll me a stealth check and see navigation check.
Oh.
Guidance.
Guidance. Okay.
Bolster.
And bolster.
I'll add the D4 plus the D3.
Yep.
You'd only be able to get the guidance on one of the rolls, though, since they're happening at the same time. Although I think bolster you'd be able to get for both, right?
Yeah, it's on
He
all
never-
checks, no saves.
Yeah.
I rolled a D3 last time, huh? 10.
All right. Roll,
I have
the,
one other thing I can do for you.
Oh.
I have Wheel and Woe.
I haven't heard this. Wow.
Give yourself a D6, baby.
Okay. That's 14. I'm just going to use my knowledge of the past. Give myself another D6.
19.
Any other dice we want to add on to this one?
Well, I think that's it for George. As for water vehicle, Dex. I wish I had fucking advantage.
You still get the
The D3.
the D3.
Damn it.
I'm gonna roll the knowledge of another knowledge of the past. The D6 with that. Okay, 16.
It's not bad.
Alright.
It's more than 15.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad at all.
Okay. Wow. All right. You are able to get the drop on it. First, if I can get highs or lows.
Can we get much
Yeah,
higher?
higher. So high.
It's very easy to get much higher because we're at the seafloor right now. That's like one of the easiest things we can do.
It's easy to get higher because we're below sea level.
Nowhere to go but up.
All right, you're able to get the drop on this creature, and what you see is, let's see here. What was the best way to describe this? So it's similar in concept to a kelpie, but it is not a kelpie. It looks more like the body of a snake, and then it has like a deer head and antlers.
I thought you were going to say hippocampus, of which I'm familiar with, but
It is also similar to a hippocampus, but this is not a hippocampus.
yeah,
This
hippocampus are smaller.
Is called. It's all right. Let me spell it before I actually say it wrong. It's spelled Wakandagi. It's like a
One more time.
Wakangi.
What? Wait, spell it again one more time.
Wakandagi. It's got the body of a snake.
Wakandagi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this fucker!
Show me an image.
It's like a snake deer.
Yeah, let me show you.
There's a
this.
couple of different ones.
I'm trying to remember where I saw this from.
It does look familiar.
There's more.
Some of them also will look like that. There's no a quote unquote official thing, but there's a couple of them.
This guy looks like he's straight out of Monster Hunter.
I really hope he looks like the last one. Tasura sent.
Let me copy that actual image instead of the link.
You know what? Do you know what kind of vibe he gives me? He's giving me. I mean, minus not. It's like imagine this guy, the Mizutsune with fucking antlers. That's what he's giving me the vibes of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see this. It seems like you guys have got the drop on it. You could, try and pull back. You could do, you could try and just jump it. You could run away.
Is this
What
the
would you
thing
guys
we
like
were
to do?
looking for, Blair?
I'm pretty sure this is it. Though in my vision, I remember it was afraid. It was in distress, something like that. There's something wrong here.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna go in.
Wait, can you even breathe underwater as a giant monkey?
No,
You got
well,
the water breathing.
The answer to
Technically-
that question currently is actually yes.
yes.
I don't think we should. I don't think.
But
we
I'm
should
not
fight
going
him.
to go up to it as a giant monkey. I'm going to go up to it as Lunu. Let me out.
This is.
You open up the hatch and it decompresses and everybody dies.
Oh
I'm just kidding.
no,
They're
you-
designed for that. You can open it without any.
no, everyone except George. George is stuck there now.
Oh no, you're
I'll come up.
crushed.
You're crushed, Austin,
We
remember?
ocean gated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're all dead if this
What
is
did it
Okay.
deal? Like 90 d20 bludgeoning damage?
No, it depends. But in this case, you guys are all fine.
Yeah.
Number one, you're not actually that deep down, all things considered. and number 2, this is a fantasy submarine, so it
Yep.
just
Yeah,
works.
no. I presume some level of cartoon logic would apply.
Yep. Luna,
There's also ways that you could have that work in real life. You know, the air inside of it keeps it going, and you could technically want the inside of the cabin to be pressurized, so that way you wouldn't get the bends.
yep.
So
I'll get out too, but I'll just like keep my distance.
Yeah, Lunu swims up to this thing
Uh,
and casts Beast
do you
Speech.
do you alert it to your presence, or
Yeah.
do you like try and sneak up on it?
George is.
No, I'm just gonna casually keep it casual, keep it clean. Luna goes with beast speak activated. Hello, friend. How are you doing this fine wet day?
It turns and looks to you. It kind of like jumps a little bit because it looks like it was like looking for your guys' ship and it couldn't find it. And it says, "What are you all doing here?"
Well, I'm about to race for my life soon, and I am trying to find one of the fastest creatures in the sea, blessed by a sea god of some sort. And I think it might be you, friend.
He says, "I don't believe in any sea gods."
Me neither.
But
But one of my friends
but
believes in it.
but I am pretty fast. He says, under normal circumstances.
What circumstances have befallen you, my friend, and maybe I can help.
He shows a large wound on his side.
Oh.
It looks like um, it it was like it's not like it's like a cut. It's like a large bruise. You think maybe even there might be like a bone or two underneath it that's broken.
Alright. I actually might have a spell for this. So I'm assuming normal healing wouldn't would heal any gashes or anything or bruises, but wouldn't heal the break.
It depends on how much healing.
I was gonna cast either lesser or greater restoration to probably set the bone back in place.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Which restoration would I need? I got both.
Lesser. It's not like it's a life threatening thing.
Yeah.
Because greater lets you like restore arms, right?
I can double check that.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's definitely a lesser restoration.
Yeah. I cast lesser restoration to set the bone back into place. I'm like, I can help with this, friend. Give me one moment. And a little bit of a celery stick break sound effect. And we're good. And
do you have any other like healing stuff that you give it, or do you
Yeah.
just set the bone?
I set the bone and then I cast. Let's do. Let me see if I actually have cure wounds, if you will. I do. I'm gonna spend a second level spell slot on cure wounds here. And that heals for that is a D8, 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier.
You can also add a d4 to it. Because of your little sickle.
Oh yes, that is true.
Oh, yeah. Also, Blair is watching all of this from the window happening. witnessing this healing, and you just hear in your head Blair's voice because she uses her telepathic abilities. You can't respond, by the way, but she's basically gushing, saying like, "That's it, you're doing a
20
great job, Blair."
Lunu is trying their best to ignore it so that they can focus on the moment. Lunu heals this thing for 21 health.
Nice.
And I tell it, well, how you feel, friend?
It stretches and says, "Oh yeah, this feels much better." He then turns to you guys and says, "So how did you kill it?
Kill what?
The thing at the beginning of the tunnel that I haven't been able to get past.
Oh, we
How'd
did
you
not,
kill it?"
Oh, we did not do that yet. But I'll go do it. I'll go do that too if you'd like.
It says, "You guys haven't killed it yet?" He starts to look nervous.
Hey, calm down. We got this. We have killed things probably twice as large as this thing.
I mean, not even wrong. That's completely true.
I have defeated creatures.
I'm actually.
It says, "Well,
oh yeah, the giant.
This thing it has many tentacles, big sharp teeth."
A beholder?
Is it?
Hope not.
Do you know what kind of creature this is?
Hold on.
It has many tentacles and big teeth.
Wait, is it a kraken?
Could be a kraken.
I'm assuming it might be a kraken.
Oh no, it was an actual fucking kraken.
What's so bad about the kraken? It can't be that dangerous. What's the CR of a kraken?
19.
Oh!
CR 19. Yep, they do psychic damage too.
Well, well, maybe you should bring. Do you want to? Do you want to warn? Can you warn us in any way, Lunu? Do you have any way of warning us? Bring us up to speed.
I say in my head, this could be a kraken. Big creature, big pointy teeth. I need to know a little bit more, friend. Do you know how this thing attacks? Does it attack with just its physical might? Does it use its mind?
It says, "Well, I usually see it, it'll like whack people with its tentacles or its tail. That's how I got this bruise."
Oh, it has a
Ew.
tail.
Tails?
It could still be a kraken.
Krakens don't have tails.
They can in 5e.
What?
Yeah. So the fun thing about krakens is they literally are that album art from Ween. From Ween.
From whom's?
I posted it in chat in the Discord earlier.
I can post art of like the kraken. Here you go, Steve. Here's the kraken.
It says, well, the water around it starts to get corrupted. He says.
Okay.
He tries to think about some other things that he's
Does he
seen
make
it
it
do.
hard to breathe or anything like that?
He says, no, it just kind of tastes funny.
Okay.
It's like a mucus.
Is it ink?
Oh no.
'Cause I don't know what that is.
I think I know what it is. Out of character. And it's not as bad as a Kraken, but they're still pretty fucking terrible.
Is it juvenile?
No, out of character.
You want me to roll an Arcana?
Yeah,
or,
I'll roll it. I'll roll it. Why not? Blair, if you are trained in it, you want to help me get advantage?
On Arcana?
Yeah.
How about -1?
Nope.
Alright.
Should
I
do
roll
survival to see if
survival.
it's nearby?
Talking
Let's let
through...
Connar roll the Arcana first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I cast guidance on myself to think about what it might be.
Oh, nice.
It's a 20.
Mm-hmm. So out of character, what do you think it is? I think you've got it.
I think it's an aboleth.
In character, you're pretty sure that's what it is too.
Yeah.
Oh
gosh, we're dealing with an aboleth.
Yeah, you ask it if it ever like talks to you inside of its head, and it's like, oh yeah, it definitely does that. And you're like, okay, yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I asked the thing. So it talks to you inside your head. It has horrible mucus. What do I know about aboleth's like surface level with a 21. Ignore the +5.
Mm-hmm. You know that pretty much what he's been saying stands up. If you get inside of its mucus cloud, you can't breathe air for a while, which is why he just says that things kind of tasted funny. You can only breathe water. So once you fight it, if you get affected by the mucus, you won't be able to come on land for a couple hours.
All right.
Which is, funny enough, actually not an issue in this particular area.
Yeah, we are fighting it in the best possible place to fight it.
But also, this is also its home turf.
Yeah.
So it's going to be able to swim around. The mucus is a lot of times like a way in order to force travelers to, people on land to need to jump into the water in order to fight it. For you all, you're already there.
Yeah. Alright. Lunu, can I turn into this yet? Let me double check something.
You turn into an aboleth?
No. Something that he won't be able.
You mean a kraken?
No, worse.
The crab?
Yeah.
The crab!
'Cause he can't do anything to me. If I'm a giant crab, really, he's not gonna be able to charm me. 'Cause I know that they have mental.
Is an aboleth a beast, or is it like a fiend or some shit?
It is an aberration.
Yeah, it's an aberration.
Aberrations in at least Oid. Think of they originally acted like antibodies for old gods, basically. They're basically spawned from the corpses of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So can I check the surrounding area, make sure, see if it's like nearby or not?
Yeah, roll me a survival check.
Tom,
14.
what's the stat block for this kind of crab?
It's the huge giant crab. Not to be confused with the giant crab.
There's actually a difference?
Well, very significant difference.
That's wild.
A giant crab is people sized. A huge giant crab is elephant sized.
Yeah, so it's a huge crab.
So
And not the
with
apparatus of the crab.
with a 14. Let me take a look here. Yeah, you're able to as you kind of swim around, you look towards the exit, and you can clearly like tell like it's definitely like trying to hide, but you're able to notice it waiting for you. It looks like it let you get in without bothering you, and now it's waiting for you guys as you leave to ambush you, but it's not going to be able to get the jump on you with your tracking ability.
Okay. I'll send, or can I talk to people? I don't know. I'll send a message saying like, "Hey, there's a thing right outside. It wants to try and get the jump on us, so we can like prep and like just take it out before it tries to take us out."
Could I try?
You think that it might be possible to avoid it entirely? It would take a couple of combination rolls between you and Austin to navigate out of here without it being able to see you. But you think that is technically a possibility.
We gotta
If you
also
We could also like try
escort.
and avoid it or something.
Yeah. We have to escort this creature out as well.
just bring it onto the ship. There's enough room.
How
Can he
big is
breathe
this?
air?
It's large. It would you have to like wrap around. But if you really wanted to pull it off, you definitely could.
Can
Also,
you keep
theoretically, actually, it could just hold on outside of
Yeah.
the submarine, and that'd be
Probably
Yeah.
fine.
safer to keep them inside, just so he can't.
That
get
actually
targeted.
probably makes more sense. Is that
Yeah.
it just holds on to the back of the submarine.
Yeah, wrap around the back of our vessel here. We'll escort you out as quietly as we can.
Can Blair also proposes in the event that we do get caught by this thing, as a backup plan. I can actually speak deep speech now, so it's possible I might be able to reason with him. Who knows? Maybe he follows or knows of my god too. Wow.
I
We
was
could-
also thinking, one idea I was thinking of before we tried to sneak out. Maybe if I just be this giant, huge crab, I can just scare it away.
I mean, it is also kind of close to a town too.
Like, if I pretend to be a giant crab here, it might
Yeah.
scare it away and pick a new territory,
You'd have to roll and intimidate.
which will be at -4 in giant crab form. But,
Dumb. It's a huge giant crab.
like, literally, the Aboleth's bread and butter is grappling small foes, mind control bullshit, and it can't do that if I'm a giant crab. Crab
That's true.
beats octopus fish every time.
So what do you guys want to do?
Of what we do, I'm gonna bolster myself so I get the +3s on shit.
I'm gonna cast haste on Cinna just in case we actually need to fight in advance.
Or prepare to cast haste on Cinna in case we need to
Prepare
fight.
to cast haste. But also, I will also be prepared to attempt to also, if we do get caught by this thing, to try to speak with it too. as a first
Huh?
resort, to
George
see
is
if I
going
can convince
to-
him to not attack us, or to see if he's just so happens to be a follower of Nimbisius and won't attack us anyways.
George is going to cast protection from good and evil on him while he's trying to run away, stay away from the celestial aberration.
Oh, I guess I will also cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself.
Does that work on aberrations?
It works on aberrations.
Mhm.
Nice. Then it would work
so
on this.
Yeah, I'll also cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself.
All right.
So you're gonna try and sneak around first, or scare it off first? What's the plan?
Yeah, I think we're gonna sneak around, and then if we get caught, I can just try to speak with and persuade with him, and if that doesn't work, then we could just probably intimidate him with a crab.
Yeah.
All right. Cinna, roll me survival check. This is for you to keep tabs on where the aboleth is. Oh, well, that's very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're pretty much able to keep
30.
yeah, 30-30. You're able to keep pretty good tabs on this thing. It's not getting anywhere. That you won't know about it. It won't be able to get the drop on you. Now, Austin, I'm going to have you roll me, yet again, sea vehicles and stealth check.
Alright, let's see.
I
All
can't
right.
wait for it. Oh my god!
Just don't fuck up the stealth check.
Oh, you're gonna jinx
Don't
it,
fuck up.
Connar, I
It's so
swear to
simple,
Christ.
Austin. Just don't fuck up the stealth.
Alright.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
I'm gonna use wheel on you, Austin. So take an extra d6. I'm almost out of these.
21. Suck my dick. 21.
Oh, I apologize. 21.
Do you have anything else that you're going to add into that roll?
I
Or
guess,
roll his?
Austin, are you using your old person thing as well or no?
I only have one left.
If you want to use it.
Old person
Hold
thing.
on. If
Austin,
it-
this is literally the roll to be the roll.
Yeah, no, I'll read
So
this.
take my okay, so you rolled a 2, I did a 3, so altogether 24.
Alright.
We gotta
Once
beat
a crit,
this.
once a 24.
Yep.
Are you sure that's everything?
That's everything I
Yeah.
can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I have good news and I have bad news.
Oh.
Did you need to
The good news is that you guys do get out into open water and you do escape. The bad news is that it did get a 25 on the stealth. And so it's going to try one thing, and it's probably going to fail because you guys are well prepared. And you'll get away, assuming this is successful.
Oh boy.
So here it is. Okay. So Austin, need you to make me a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. We have an advantage because it's mental. I have a good list save, but let's see.
Okay, good.
21.
You hear it try and like charm you and coax you to turn the ship around and come back.
I've seen
But
enough
you're like-
gaslighting to where this going, see where
Yeah.
this is going. I'm
You're
out of
like-
here.
I'm not dumb. And
You're the first person to try it on me, buddy boy.
well, to be fair, the last person that did it was successful briefly.
Yeah.
But you're able to escape the aboleth's crutches. Clutches, not crutches.
No, the aboleth was
This will be a really sad aboleth. He's trying to chase us. He's got crutches.
He's blinded, isn't he? He's blinded like the one eye.
So yeah, it goes back inside of its cave once you guys start to clear the main area. It's not going to chase you out into the open where it would have a pretty significant disadvantage.
Could Blair do one thing as it's heading into its cave?
Yeah, you want to try and talk to it?
I would like to talk to it.
How are you going to talk to it?
Because I am driving away, and the last thing I want is this thing to follow us.
With my telepathic ability.
Okay.
Since I know its language.
Yep.
Of deep speak.
So you try and speak with it telepathically.
Yes.
And it activates its probing telepathy. If a creature communicates telepathically with Aboleth, the Aboleth learns the creature's greatest desires.
Oh! Even though I have protection from good and evil up, that does not stop that, does it?
No, there's no save. It just knows it. They're just really good at reading people's minds, but only once it connects with them telepathically.
I think it's technically helpful then, because now he knows I'm trying to spread the word of Nimbicius.
Yeah. So it has telepathy as well, so it can respond back to you in deep speech. It makes a comment about how your accent sounds like an illithid, and that he doesn't like them. That they're weird. He says that they're slimy.
They are indeed slimy, but I am not an illithid.
It's funny because this guy's covered in mucus.
That that's fair.
Actually slimy.
But
yeah, what did you wanna tell him briefly before you zoom out of range?
If you're looking for a new place to prosper and live in, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Not harmony, but like to live a life of, I guess, pleasure and happiness and fulfillment, and like really find a place in this ocean to call your own. I basically tell him to go to the fathom flooded skies, and I just picture in my mind where it is along the seafloor and how to get there. And then if he's willing to follow the teachings of the god of the sea, that he can find an incredible life there where he will be able to truly prosper.
Roll me a persuasion or religion check.
I will go persuasion.
Oh, I figured.
Wait, I get to add the thing on there.
Yep. I'll even let you do guidance too.
Yes. Is it D4 or D6? I forgot.
D4.
Okay. 17.
Oh, then you also get the D3 from Cinna's thing.
Oh, dope. How do I D3?
/R
1d3. Same thing with the D4. I guess if you're
/R 1d3.
Yep.
18.
So it doesn't really respond before your connection's cut off. Based off of the feelings you were getting it mentally, you get the feeling like he's not going to go out of his way to go there, but if he gets chased out of this local place by the locals and he needs a place to crash, he might take a look at it.
Okay. So so what you're saying is there's a chance.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys sail out. Do you go into the little town that's nearby and let them know there's an aboleth in the caves, or do you just be like, well, they probably already know
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah, we
It's
should definitely warn them,
It
and
aligns with my interests perfectly.
also just figure out what's going on with this place.
So yeah, you go into the town. The town has kind of like a like the you go through like a tunnel underneath the town that creates kind of like a like a grease trap in your sink. Basically,
Yeah.
you go up and then there's air. And they've got a thing that lets chips in and out. And then obviously people as well. Pretty much everybody that you see here is Simic hybrids. And it just kind of looks like what you would almost expect to be a small village or town that you would see on the surface, just inside of a dome. Everything's pretty damp. The air is like not super fresh. Like it's not like you're struggling to breathe, but it's also not like the freshest air. There are plants and stuff, but you would know that the one of the tentacles for this area goes around and refreshes the air in pretty much all of these locations. And maybe it's been a little bit since it's been here, so the carbon dioxide count's maybe a little bit higher than what you're used to. And for the most part, people are kind of surprised at you coming in. It doesn't look like they were expecting any visitors. And someone that kind of looks like a village chief comes up to you, an older man with a staff, and he says, "We recognize you, friend of Bubbles. What brings you to our humble town?"
Well,
So-
we just. Oh.
We were in the area picking up a friend, and I have Beast speech still up, and like, you doing okay, bud?
He's eating like some seaweed.
Oh.
Once they see it, they all kind of get like wide-eyed, and they say, "This is a creature that's been rumored to live in these parts, but we've never, we've only ever caught glimpses of it, never actually gotten a good look. It's amazing that you've tamed it."
Well, when you help it out from the... And I hope you guys are aware of the aboleth in the area.
They kind of there's like very solemn look, and they say, "Yes, the aboleth in the area has made us steer well away from the caves. We dread the day that it decides that its food supply that it has up there is no longer enough, and it starts to prey on us. But so far, none of the villagers have gone missing.
Mm.
We've asked the military for assistance, and they said that they would send people out.
How long ago was that?
But none have yet to come."
Yep. I
I want to. Oh.
have an idea. I talk very quick huddle with group, or... oh, wait, no. I have this. Blair, you find in your pocket, what is the item? Let me see here. Because it is...
Is it a good berry?
No. It is a broken piece of antler that Lunu, like, chipped off, like, a few weeks ago.
Of your antler?
Yeah. They regrow.
Yeah, this is the thing that happened.
It's
Yeah.
like you hanging one of your fingernails.
Yeah. Look, I lost it in the fight earlier. It's fine. Lunu, can speak telepathically with you when this is in your possession. Guess who is
a hair or something, but you just gave me a piece of your antler.
Yeah, it can be hair or whatever, but
Oh, this is
I
funny.
think antler. Like, it's made out of the same shit.
It's all keratin.
Yep. Lunu says to you telepathically, tell the others we're going to go defeat the aboleth. This will make diplomatic relations between these people and talking them into having the barons from whatever, I'm forgetting. Oh my god, that play, we just said the name.
Nevermeyer.
Moving in. A lot easier of a pill to swallow here, especially if we're able to help them in return.
So, about that, Blair says telepathically, I was kind of trying to convince the aboleth to move and to come to the fathom-flooded sky.
Great. We'll make it move.
Okay, yes, but what I'm trying to say is, if I could avoid directly fighting, that would be preferable, so that I don't look like a fucking whatever. If I could instead, how about we find a way?
Yeah, wear a mustache.
Like your crab intimidation tactic or some other way.
Yeah, if we can make him move somewhere else, is fine.
Yes,
I'm just saying, we're going to have to get rid of the aboleth one way or another.
Yes, this is fine. I just don't want to look like I'm trying to force him into one with the thing personally. Because if we could just get him to go there instead.
He almost ate my friend.
Well, we didn't know what he was going to do.
It is a god mutant. It doesn't really matter. I promise you it probably wasn't going to be good.
Yeah,
if I'm going to be honest, I agree with you. It probably would have been bad. But, yeah. So let's see what we can do of getting him to leave.
Yep. We tell... I say to the villagers, I'm like, I mean, we're in the area. We are friends of Bubbles and everyone else in Ormos and Averdathi. We can get rid of this thing for you.
And they said, "Oh, you'd get rid of it for us?"
Yeah. One way or another, we'll be able to make sure it doesn't bother you guys ever.
It says, "Well, if you do, we'd be very appreciative. We can try and find some reward for you to offer if you're successful."
We can discuss these.
Well, thank you. It's very nice.
He says, "Feel free to resupply here if you need to. If not, though, you're more than welcome to use this port as safe harbor."
Thank you. Is it okay if my friend stays here?
He looks at it and says, "Well, does it bite?"
I ask him, do you eat people?
He says, "I don't think I've ever eaten people before. I've never given it a try."
I would recommend don't do it because we got, we're trying to be on these people's good side.
He says, "All right, cool, I won't bite these people."
I'm assuming we're cool because I saved you from that aboleth there. Got you out of that cave.
And he says, "Oh yeah, and you healed me. I'm down to do one of those races for you."
Okay, hey, thanks. We do. All right. You don't have to go back with us, but we are going to finish the job on that aboleth, one way or another.
Says, "You guys gonna pick a fight with it?"
Yeah, no, we could definitely take it if we really wanted to.
Says, wow, you guys are pretty powerful. Pretty confident. How do you know it's not like a super aboleth?
Do we know?
Even if it was a super aboleth, I think we can take it.
Can we take an elder aboleth? Aren't they like CR30 or 25
No.
or something?
At most, CR15.
An elder's 15?
Probably.
I thought they were higher than 15.
I don't know. I mean, with my
Guys,
fucking roll,
I don't think there's an official elder
there
aboleth.
definitely isn't one in 5e. However,
Yeah.
Pathfinder, definitely. Pathfinder loves aboleths.
Yeah. So yeah. What do you guys do?
I guess we'll rest up here for a little bit and then go
Yeah,
take
throw a
care of
long
that
rest.
aboleth for you.
It's a long rest and head out then.
Basically. Yeah, no, I guess that'll be it. I will deal with the I wanted to try to take care of traveling the dream realm and talking to other grandpa, about my shit. But I feel as though, one, we're getting pretty close to 2 hours now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And two, that's gonna be a session all in its own. I'm assuming, Tom.
So
I have, like, a portal and a healing if you want to use that.
my question to you guys is, how are you feeling
I'm
in
completely
terms
fine.
of for combat?
I feel exhausted. I don't know why. I feel real tired.
I need to get more water, but I could go.
Because I was going to say, if there was going to be because the next breaking point will probably be after you guys fight the aboleth. Would probably be when we'd end normally. If you want, so either we're going to do that, or we can stop now,
Well,
and you can start the next session
yeah, we can,
fighting and talking to the aboleth.
Yeah, we can start next session.
Okay.
Because I know Austin's out of it. I'm getting hungry. I'm tired.
Yep. And we started a little bit early, so we're ending a little bit early, which makes me happy because then I am not super exhausted the next day.
Yep.
So I'm good to break at this point. Next time we'll do the Blair last-ditch attempt to convince it to leave, and just be like, my friends are gonna kill you if you don't.
Yep.
And we'll go from there.
Plugs.
I was kind of hoping to get a little bit combat in this.
For us, Twitter, not dying. Connar.
Alright, hey, I'm Connar /Boosh / your Lunu today. You can find me Boosh at Conjoin Artist, Blue Sky, Instagram, Con the Artist on Twitter. Join us on Discord. We have fun here. Conjoin cast somewhere in the middle of the month this month. If you're listening to this in April, which you probably will be. Actually, I think Conjoin cast would have already passed then. But anyway, join us here. You can join our Conjoin cast where anyone can join, as long as you're on the Discord server. And follow us here on YouTube. I'm gonna pass it over to Tasura.
Yeah, hi, hello. I'm Tasura. I play a character in this game. I don't remember which. I'm just like around. I'm here. I might end up drawing soon, doing something. I don't know.
Yes.
You'll find me. I'm around. I am a force of nature. Let's give it to Steven.
I, for one, would like to plug Tasura's great art, and I'm excited to see what they draw. But I also would like to, I guess, also plug myself, the player of Blair Audina. Venty, you can find me at Venty179 on Twitch and YouTube. You can find me as 15079 on Twitter. You can find me at Venty on Blue Sky and on speedruns.com. You want to look at my sweet speedrunning records. And besides that, no place else really that actually matters. Tom.
Hello, my name is Tom. Today I'm going to plug cell phones. You guys ever heard of these? They're really nifty. You can call people on them, send instant messages. You can even search the World Wide Web from your pocket. Guys, I think these things are going to catch on.
Do you not have phones?
A cell phone.
Wait, why would a phone be in my cell?
Because
I thought you're only supposed to get one phone call.
it can fit in your hand and you can call people. But not while you're driving, because that's dangerous.
You shouldn't
calling-
do that.
I mean, calling someone while you're driving is fine. Just not texting them.
No, but even calling someone is still dangerous and you shouldn't do it.
Is it?
Yup.
Yeah, you're supposed to have hands free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to do. Hands free, you just click a single button at like a stoplight, and then you just talk to them.
That would be okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Nice.
Good night.
Bye.